everyone, in this video I will be sharing my childhood, my experiences and what my life was like when I was a kid. So let's go to the video. Alright, the first thing I want to share with you guys is when I first start school in kindergarten. It was quite a difficult time for me and I never expect this happened to me. So what happened when I was in kindergarten was that I experienced mental bullying. Here's how it happened. At that time I had a friend named Karenina and another one whose the name I can remember, but the point is the three of us were best friends in kindergarten, and at that time there was a group of kids who often disturbed others, especially us. They believed that I had taken Karenina and my other friend away from them. Since then they kept bullying me. Okay, the first incident happened during recess. Our teacher told us to eat together in the classroom. So I took out my lunch, which was oatmeal that looked like a porridge. But that group immediately shouted loudly to the whole class, saying, "Don't go near her, what kind of food is that? It's so disgusting." Everyone who heard them left me sitting alone. Even my two best friends walked away from me. At that moment, I felt really sad, but I didn't even get any chance to defend myself. Everyone had already distanced themselves away from me, pulling their chairs away to sit far from me. When I got home, I even asked my parents, like, why do they say oatmeal is disgusting? I think it tastes really good. And the next incident when I was playing on the swings with my friend, Karenina, suddenly that group come over and say, "Hey, get up. The swings are ours now." So I reply, "But the swings belongs to the school." Then they say, "We don't care. Get out of here now." They only forced me to leave, but not with my friend. Instead, they play with her. The swing next to them was empty, so I decided to sit on that one. But just as I was about to get on, they immediately say, "Hey, that swing is ours too. You cannot use it." After hearing that, I just ran behind a tree near the school and started crying. It felt like all my emotions were pouring out because I had never told anyone about these things, not even my family. I wiped my tears, afraid that someone might see me and call me a crybaby. And since that incident, I was never allowed by them to use the swings again. So when school ended and my mom came to pick me up, I told her that I want to play on the swings and my mom agreed to it. The point is, after that incident, I always asked my mom to accompany me to play on the swings after school because all other kids had already go home and that was only time I could play that swings at school. Next is my first experience watching a movie in the cinema. It's a past event that I really enjoy. So I went to Lipo Plaza with my brother and we watched the movie Gracia Ingrid-XI-I-11 from Upin and Ipin Animation. The first time I watched it, it was so exciting and I didn't expect the volume of the movie to be that loud. And honestly, it was very enjoyable experience for me. After finishing the movie, my brother and I had planned to go home. However, when we reached the first floor, I saw there was a playground inside the mall. I kept staring at it and walked past the playground, thinking I would just skip it. But then my brother offered me to play there with me. I was so surprised and happy. It was also my first time playing in the playground. Next, I would like to share my experience of becoming a Sunday school teacher for the first time. In the Catholic faith, after receiving the sacrament of communion or receiving the house, uh, we are allowed to become a mentors for the children in Sunday school. If I remember correctly, I was around 11 years old, maybe, when I start teaching Sunday school. My duties included putting attendance stickers on each child's card, singing and handing out snacks to the kids, even though I also want some for myself. At that time, I was the youngest teacher in the Sunday school. The other teachers were generally between 18 until 25 years old, so I felt like I had a group of older siblings at church, and honestly, I felt very comfortable with them. There was even a time when I didn't know that Sunday school was closed, but I had already arrived at the church. The other teachers who I consider like older sibling invite me into the room, share a meal with me, and we joke around until it was time for me to go home. I was very happy and grateful. That was such a beautiful memory for me. Next, I will tell you about an experience that I had when I was 6th grade. One day, my religion teacher suddenly came into the classroom and called me out. I was very confused and kept wondering why I was being called. It turned out that my teacher wanted me to serve as the Bible reader at the church that week. I agreed and started practicing for 6 days with my teacher. On the 7th day, I went to church early to prepare and put on the uniform for the service. During the procession at the church entrance, I felt very nervous and it because I was afraid I might make a mistake. After the procession ended and it was my turn to go up to the altar to read the scripture passage, I read the opening part smoothly. However, at the end of the reading, the church suddenly experienced a power outage. Even so, I managed to finish the reading without using a microphone. After the service ended, I joined the other servers in the closing procession. As I was about to exit the church, suddenly someone called out to me from upstairs. It turned out to be my classmates and some other kids who were part of the choir. They greeted me and I happily waved back to them. After the procession was over, I quickly changed out my uniform and went to meet the friend who had greeted me earlier. When I met my friend, he said, "You can grab some KFC over there. All of us who served today are getting KFC." After I got my KFC, I say goodbye to my friend and went home. Next, I want to share an experience that was quite surprising for me. At Sunday school, I want to join a competition organized by the church and the Sunday school called the Creativity Competition. However, my parents didn't agree at first because there was a registration fee of 15,000 rupiah. In the end, they agreed after seeing that the parents of my friend had registered their child to participate as well. So I entered the competition with my two close friends. One was Karenina and the other was a new friend I met during elementary school. When the competition started, I began decorating using origami that I cut into shape of Jesus and Mother Mary. I then glued them into the paper and used popsicle sticks to make a house. After my friend and I finished, I looked around at the other participants' work, and honestly, their creation looks much better than mine. I felt a little disappointed and no longer expect to win. However, when the day came for the winners to be announced, the friends who were I thought was better actually only received consolation prize or honorable mentions. Meanwhile, my group and I were in top 3 and I even won second place. It was something I completely didn't expect and it made me really proud of myself. Alright, the last experience I will share today is my experience attending a retreat for the first time. At that time, my entire batch went to Siantar and stayed there for 3 days and 2 nights. I was very happy because the air was very cool, and we even meditate together in the morning, play games, and ate meals together. My friend and I really enjoy our time together. We even stay up late, chatting and hanging out until midnight, and fell asleep because exhaustion. It was an unforgettable experience for me, and it was so much fun to go and have a great time with them.